Good evening, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is my weekly live episode, the Miraculous Mondays, episode number 7. So we all know, you all know, of course, since the first week of Jan, I've planned a 26 episode series on management aspects or medical legal aspects every Monday for 26 episodes. And I'll be live before you every Monday, unless it is a holiday or unless it is a celebration in the family. I will be there. So we had already discussed about a little bit about patient satisfaction in the previous issue. And I was supposed to give you a further elaboration on that. There is a change in plan because something you can say urgent caught my eye. A group member shared something with me. So I've taken that as thing and I'll be taking the already scheduled topic next week. Of course, you'll get the details as I share my presentation. So let me just check whether I'm live or not. Yes, I'm live. So friends, Miraculous Monday has been my endeavor to, again, a part of my endeavor overall to give back to the society. Whatever small little things I can share in these two lives every week for 15-20 minutes, I do that. Of course, the total length sometimes gets exceeded up to 40 minutes, but that is the endeavor, 15 to 35, 40 minutes max. More than a short YouTube video, less than a webinar. That is the ultimate aim for this. So allow me to share my screen so that I can begin the proceedings for today. So yeah, just let me check whether the screen is visible. Yeah. So welcome, friends, officially once again to episode number 7 of the 26 episodes. Ek karte karte 7 episodes or 7 weeks of this beautiful year have passed. And if you are taking action or not taking action, you have to think that the time is kicking by. If you had planned a few things for this new year, this episode or week marker every Monday would tell you that this many weeks have passed away. You can multiply it by the 7, you can say close to 50 days, or you can say the 50 day week is in progress. So welcome to episode number 7, Miraculous Mondays or Management Mondays. All my presentations always begin with thanking the Lord Almighty who's given me much more than what I deserve. And when you can say, this is my brief CV that you're all aware of it by now. Of course, a little bit liberty that I take to share with all of you to show why I actually hold a little bit of authority of sharing these things with you. So this was the topic which was supposed for this session after the ASAP phenomenon on patient satisfaction that I shared on the waiting area by Margaret Sumption, the European teacher and professor. So I had planned to continue these 10 essential elements, but then something urgent came up. What exactly did come up? This was the thing that came up. We all continue to find such things every now and then on social media, but this was in particular, you can say, it came across to me a desperate attempt. Of course, I have blinded out a few things so that the identity is not disclosed. There are so many self-acclaimed scholars on Facebook or Google. They will always say certain things, but they will never actually follow all of them together. But the dentist later on gets trolled. That is not my aim. So I will say discreted out the identity of the dentist. Yes, if somebody, the neighboring dentist of the same is watching this session and comes to know, they'll know it, but that's okay. That is absolutely okay. The dentist himself opted for this option. So what is the reason for me to do it? We all see quacks doing it. We all see small timers do it. We all see people in villages do it. But that is absolutely fine. But why this desperation? Why this desperation by a specialist, and that too from Maulana Azad? I can understand there is job scarcity. I can understand there are multiple reasons. I can understand the world is very fast. We all are getting impatient. But still, why? It made me ask a few questions. The first thing, is it unethical? Why is there such a desperation in a specialist, a qualified person who spent minimum 8 years? Of course, he's worked in Maulana Azad, so he must have spent close to 10 years overall, you can say, learning the trades of the trick. And then we all use a word hook in the marketing. Does pricing hook? What was the hook? The hook was, you can say this was the hook, 499. The rest of hook were the 20% discount on whatever treatment. The dentist may be actually charging high, and 20% discount may come out to be a higher or a lower one to the respective target group. But the question that is there is, why does the pricing hook help in healthcare? So can the dentist actually have a crowded workplace after this ad? And what makes a presumably good dentist go through to come up with such kind of publicity? What are the reasons? Of course, we'll be answering all these questions as we go on in the session today. So these are a few points to ponder about this. There is not much of slides in today's presentation. Of course, there are never in these presentations, but what exactly I want you to understand is a few things. Why does this happen? The commonest answer is too many dentists. We were 10 years back, 5 in our area, 4 in our area. Now we are 20 in our area. 2 less patients. What is the reason? For the first, too many dentists. What is the reason? DCI is the reason. They give the permission to the dentist. What happened in 90s? They opened colleges left, right, and next, just thinking that the dentist population ratio is highly skewed. It further became skewed in the urban population. 25% of our dentist population lives in rural areas. And you can say they attract 75% of people are oblivious of their services. And the same happens in cities. 75% of dentists are actually in the total 25% of the urban area. What I mean to say is, if India, we call it 80-20 or maybe 75-25, 75 of India is rural, but that has only 25% dentists. And 25% of urban India has 75% of the total dentist population. What is the total dentist in India? Roughly close to 3 lakhs as per the official DCI data. Lot many are NRIs now. Lot many are unmarried. Lot many are married girls who are not pursuing this profession. Of course, they had their license. And a lot many have changed professions. A lot many went abroad. So why do we actually? The problem is the urban area is highly mushroomed. 25% of the urban area in India is mushroomed. 75% of this 3 lakh. And what is 75%? Sawa 2 lakh, practically. Then the second thing is 2 less patients. On an average, if you see how many percentage of people get the treatment done in India, any answers would be close to 5 to 6% only. Only 5 to 6% of Indian population undergoes dental treatment. So who is responsible? We. Why? Because we have not created the awareness even in the urban areas. You would say dental treatment is costly. Not many get the treatment done. But did we actually make an effort to create the awareness? Very few of us. We just hold camps in the name of awareness, where we actually expect conversions. And when conversions don't happen, we blame the system. So let's see a few reasons out there. What is missing? The first thing, when the new dentist opens up, what is missing? The zeal to move out of the clinic. I am a doctor. Why should I move? Why should I go out? You can say meeting people in their area, at least the local shopkeepers, telling that, yes, I am present, I am offering these kind of services, is never a bad deal. We all started with 0 or a 1 on day 1 or day 2. But people today actually are too much culture, too much polish. They don't want to move out. They don't move out in their area. They are unwilling to do so. And they rely on the word of mouth. Are they? Yes, they believe my work will speak for itself. Absolutely fine. But that my work takes 2 to 5 years. Are you ready to wait for that much amount of time? Do you have that kind of patience? And then your work will speak for yourself if you have patients walking in. Yes, that leads to this process. Then lack of visibility. My clinic is in basement. My clinic is in the second lane. My clinic is in the society. My clinic is in the 5th floor. Absolutely fine. There is no parking. There is no lift. But then what was the reason that you chose this place? Didn't you know about the shortcomings at that point of time? You need to ask yourself. Then lack of ethical advertising. Yes, ethics is not taught in our dental industry or in our dental syllabi. Although there is a topic as a part of also the final year, but it's never taught exactly. So there is you can say a blurred line between a ethical thing and a non-ethical thing. Then the business acumen is missing. Yes, surely. People are not worried about, you can say, the number of cases turning up, the number of cases getting converted. They are actually worried about the total footfall. Trust me, in dentistry, sometimes even 5 big cases in a month are more than enough to earn you a handsome income. Of course, I am not suggesting in any way that we just aim at 5 patients in a month if we're working 25 days a month. What I mean to say is that the footfall thing does not or should not matter. What matters is, again, this is a part of the patient satisfaction part as well. What matters is how you treat and how well you treat. That is what is missing. So business acumen is all about good service. We don't look at that. We only look at the pricing part. Nobody even, you can say, publicizes this aspect. कि हम लोग आपको अच्छी service देंगे. Yes, we say it, but nobody publicizes it. We publicize only the price hook. And you need to realize this is a wrong approach, because the business, you can say, thrives on one basic ingredient: good service. Then anything else apart from this? I've told you 5 factors. Yes, surely. Let's look at 5 more. Lack of networking. You hardly know people in your area. You hardly know a few patients in your area. What made you pick up that area was that there were less dentists in that area. You never bothered what is the target group, what is the primary target group, what is the population of that area like, what is the, you can say, primary profession of that area like, whether they are businessmen, whether they are housewives more, or whether they are working class, service class, what it is. All these data is available with every of the local counselor. So you don't need to give me an excuse. कहाँ से find करें sir? सब कुछ मिलता है, सब कुछ ढूंढो, सब कुछ ढूंढो, सब कुछ मिलता है. ढूंढने जाओ, भगवान भी मिल जाता है. So then zero knowledge of marketing and doing on news. यार मैंने ना YouTube ad करी थी, मैंने ना वो करी. I came across a YouTube ad on my channel just a few days back from my local area dentist. It was saddening to see it, that the person has or had invested in that YouTube ad. My channel clearly says a channel for dentist colleagues and all healthcare professionals, dentists, doctors, and all healthcare professionals, and not for patients. So this is my way of payback to the society. So if that ad is being shown on my channel, just because my channel has, you can say, more than close to 2,500 subscribers, and the main part is not the subscribers, the main part is the content, which is getting replenished every week in form of 3-4 videos. Plus, on top of that, there is a lot of viewing happening every day. 50 to 60 hours of viewing does happen. There are already close to 7,000 hours of which have been watched in the past 1.5 years on my channel. So yes, it comes up in the search, and the dentist never bothered that he or she is targeting that population based on YouTube, but they never bothered that it is being done. The first thing is it is being shown to a dentist who will never avail that dentist services. The second thing, it is not being shown to the respective target group. It is a wrong target group selection. And similarly, this ad, the private ad, you can see the pamphlet ad, will be sending out a wrong signal only. That's it. That you are prone to bargaining. आप 1800 की चीज 500 में दे रहे हो. And that is what makes you actually giveable hook in that sense. And people will actually vouch for it. That yes, this guy can reduce so much. So whatever he says, his ethical values are not standing. आपने बोला था 1000, but ठीक है, फिर क्या हो गया, थोड़ा बहुत कम कर लो, 800 ले लो. That is the approach people will have for you always. And it is a trap. And trust me, when you fall in that trap, You can say you saw a big jar of rice or sugar. Rat uh, uh, goes in there and starts eating the sugar, and slowly he's enjoying. And once that sugar level touches rock bottom of the jar, there is little sugar left, and the jar height is too you can say large, too long a height for the uh, rat to actually scale through that. So it does there, survives on that little bit sugar, and ultimately because of hunger dies. This is the vicious trap many of the colleagues do it, and such colleagues then blame the system and go you can say go trying to go against it. DCI क्या करती है हमारे लिए? जाओ खाड़ लो जो खाड़ना, जाओ मेरा बिगाड़ लो जो बिगाड़ना. People use the terminology, मैं तो करूंगा है, कर लो जो करना. That attitude is actually creeping in very, very badly. So yes, I don't blame the system or the dentist. We all are a part of it. But then when you live in a society, there are certain rules, and you have to, maybe there are unspoken ones as well. You have to follow them. Then the lack of mindset to create the awareness. Whether or not the patient is getting treatment done from you, you have to still create the awareness about the procedure. Don't look at the short-term conversion, always look at the long-term conversion part. Then the biggest factor I would believe is lack of abundance mindset. The abundance mindset is actually missing in most of the dentist clinics. We live with this scarcity mindset. मैंने उसको बताया तो उसको पता लग जाएगा, तो फिर मैं क्या करूंगा? मेरी तो मार्केट खत्म हो जाएगी. Trust me, there are enough resources for every one of us to survive in this world. But if you live in this mindset कि नहीं, मेरा जो ट्रेड है वो मेरा ही रहेगा, जो मेरे को आता है वो मुझे ही आना चाहिए, it is a wrong approach. Try creating replicas like you. Train your staff members. We employ associate staff. We sometimes do not even teach them a bit, बल्कि उनसे ऑब्जर्वेशन के भी पैसे लेते हैं इन बिग सिटीज. आपको खड़े होने के पैसे दिखाना तो क्या है, उनसे खड़े होने के पैसे, सैलरी तो क्या देनी है, दे आर वर्किंग, दे आर हेल्पिंग, बट उनको खड़े होने के भी पैसे देने पड़ते हैं. Lack of abundance mindset. I really feel pitiful on those senior colleagues who are doing it actually in bigger metropolitans. It is a wrong thing, a wrong precedent, I would say. And when the youngster comes in the market, he actually feels lonely. He feels out of place. He says, I am not actually someone who is bothered about in the society. So we started from this thing. This was an ad. I jumped the queue and I started with this thing. We need to understand why is that such a desperation in the mind of a specialist who's spent 10 years in actually getting educated and refining his skills. What makes him go into it? It's more of a mindset thing. मैं कब तक वेला बैठूं, मुझे भी अपने खर्चे पूरे करने हैं, ऐसे नहीं तो ऐसे सही, एक बारी पेशेंट आए तो सही, फिर मैं कर लूंगा. That हट्टी चट्टी वट्टी theory of Punjabi comes to the fore. एक बारी पेशेंट बढ़ाओ, उसके बाद रेट बढ़ा दें. That is a you can say coal industry theory of 1840s. We are in 2020s. अरे 180 साल पुरानी theory कहाँ चलाना चाहते हो, वो भी coal industry की. It is not a dentistry theory. So I really feel bad when I see such ads, but I don't actually want to troll the dentist or don't want to, you can say, feel pitiful about it. I just feel pitiful about the scenario. Nobody is there to guide us. And people like me, when they are helping out the society, when they're helping out others to watch the videos which are there on channel, nobody even bothers. It is your choice. What you are choosing in life. I'm distilling my 22 plus years of experience to you in the form of lives every week. What desperation do I have to do this live? Nothing. I don't have it. I'm using my own family time of 20-30 minutes to actually give something back to the society. मेरा बहुत abundant mindset है, मेरा scarce नहीं है. I have no such desperation. मैं कोई अपनी promotion नहीं करता हूँ in these webinars. I'm doing this only for the society, but then people have choices. Yes, I can understand it is a Valentine's Day today, but that's okay. You can still take out 15-20 minutes. It's not big a deal. But that procrastination thing will always keep on coming. Nobody wants to learn the right way and then blame the system because they want to try everything before they fail. and to tell you, life is too short to, you can say, try everything and fail at it and then learn from it. If somebody is giving you some good advice, take it. So these were the questions. Is it unethical? Absolutely yes. Hell yes, it is unethical. Why is there such a desperation in the specialist? Because he doesn't have the mindset to think what he's actually doing. He's getting into that jar with the rat thing, and slowly when he gets into that trap, he'll rise it maybe 3 to 5 years down the line. Does pricing hook help in healthcare? Absolutely no. Pricing is a phenomenon which does come in top 5 for the patient to choose a dentist. But pricing does not come in top 3 factors to choose a dentist. And this is coming from a person who's given 22 plus years of practice, who's done 22 years of practice. So yes, I can very, very fondly say it. I've seen those times when even I started from a scratch. You all did. Nobody started with the, you can say, 10 patients on day 2 of clinic, presuming day 1 was inauguration, of course. So can the dentist actually have a crowded workplace after this ad? Maybe yes, maybe no. Then he'll blame ads bhi kaam nahi karti. But try out local networking, try out to make a few friends. मेरे पास आते, मैंने काम तो नहीं करवाया, और बोलने के ढंग से लगा नहीं यार, ही इज ए गुड गाय, अच्छा ही होगा, बोलता अच्छा तो काम भी अच्छा करता होगा. That is the mindset. How you talk, how you behave, how you can say deal with people. But if you go, आपका लड़के को भेजा, ये डॉक्टर साहब ने क्लिनिक खोला है, ये कार्ड भेजे, ये दे देना पेशेंट जो आएंगे. Again, an attitude approach. This doesn't work. You are not a big shot. You are not a big shot. You are starting from a scratch. Everybody does. So understand the reality. It is a hard reality. You have to understand that. And what makes a presumably good dentist go through this to come up with this kind of publicity? Lack of patience. Maybe patience to grow big overnight. Maybe impatience to, or you can say zeal to get all the clients in the area to his clinic just by the pricing factor. Just understand one simple example. Tata is one of the top car selling companies in India. Tata launched a nano car. What was the message? A car for every Indian. 1 लाख की कार बना दी. अपने तरफ से अगले ने अच्छा किया. कहाँ कॉस्ट कटिंग की, कहाँ किया. What happened? It fizzled out. अगर सस्ती कार सबसे अच्छा क्राइटेरिया होता तो सारा इंडिया नैनो की जय जयकार कर रहा होता, and nano would have been the best selling car in India. It's not. It failed. It stopped. क्यों? और यार, everybody knows कार का इंजन आगे होता है. आगे इंजन है नहीं है. एक तो ड्राइवर बैठा ही शीशे के ऊपर हुआ है, एंड इंजन कहाँ है? जहां बैठे हैं उसके नीचे. हला फटी ना जाए हमारे बाहर से. Actually, people said these things on the Tata's website. When you're doing the thing from the different, you can say. So you need to realize this thing. If price was the criteria, Tata would be the biggest car. I ask you a question. If so many of you who would be watching this video are females, fruit is selling at 100 rupees a kg. I give you 5-day-old fruits at 20 rupees a kg. Will you buy it? You would say no. Why? Because they are 5 days old, but I am giving you 80% discount. You're getting it 20%. Will you buy it? Still buy it? No. Why? Because health is my first criteria. So when it comes to healthcare, why do people have to look at choices? Yes, I don't say the brands sell exorbitant things. People like Dr. Sandesh Maikar, Dr. Ajay Kakkad, of course, the big shots in Mumbai, all my seniors and my good friends, they do it. They charge hell because they have a brand build up after 30 years of practice, and they can command a price. Nobody says कि आप क्यों इतना ले रहे हो? देते हैं, हंस के देते हैं. And all of us are charging genuinely only. But why this pitfall? Why this price warfare? वो mindset है. Price is the hook to pull patients in. No, it's not. I have a session tomorrow on this with Idea Hadapsar brand. That will be streamed live on this page also. You can find the details of this on my page as well, where you'll be watching this session. So do join in on the page. Tomorrow it will be streamed live at 2 o'clock. So let me give you the carry home gyan. You all need to make some genuine efforts. Genuine efforts in socializing, in networking with your local area population. I have done it in the start of my practice. Why can't you do it? Then low hook price or low price hook price pamphlets are never an option. Then we all started from a scratch. No one had patients on day 2 of clinic. 10 patients on day 2 of clinic. I presume day 1 was inauguration. जिस दिन बहुत सारे बंदों ने चेकअप करवाया था, हमने कैंप टाइप लगाया था. But nobody even had 10 patients on day 2 of clinic. Yes, okay, very rare exceptions would be there. So we all started from this. So this is a process which needs some time. And trust me, success is a sum total of falling in love with that process. If you want success, you have to follow the process and fall in love with it. Doing the things repeatedly over and over and over and over again. And the last thing I would say, if you don't want to resort to such things, be ready in 10 aspects. I have a video on that on YouTube. When to open up a clinic when you're ready in 10 aspects, mental, social, physical, whatever aspects are discussed in there. Do watch that and never be in a hurry. ये ट्रेन है जो छूट गई तो अगली नहीं आएगी. अभी लेट हो जाऊंगा तो 3 मिनट लेट खोल लो, 6 मिनट लेट खोल लो. But launch yourself when you are ready for it. Don't make a half-hearted attempt just because of peer pressure. मेरे को बहुत लोगों ने बोला अब तू शुरू कर ही ले, अब तू जंप मार ही ले. Don't do that. Ask yourself internally whether you are ready, whether your processes are ready, whether your content is ready, whether your system is ready. If yes, it says yes, even without an iota of doubt, jump in. Yes, I believe there will be never a perfect day to start, but there will always be a great time to start when you feel that you are ready to take a plunge. So I hope I have put you in the think mode today, as I always do at the end of my session. So do think yourself and don't fall in this price trap, which I have given you today. So Baki, as usual, I'm a fan of Big Ashram series. Jap Naam, agar maine aapka dil dukhaya ho to. So again, this was supposed to be this week's session, though this will be now next week's session. 10 essential elements of patient satisfaction, which I'll be taking up in detail on the next Monday in episode number 8. So thank you so much for watching. So as you all know, many of you know, I run 2 WhatsApp groups. The 6th group is on and I plan to shut them after 6 groups. I won't take any more entries unless somebody leaves. I'll be adding the colleagues. Otherwise, the 6th would be the last group which I'll be doing. So maybe in Telegram later on, I don't know. But this is, if you want to be added in there, these are totally advertisement free groups. Again, one of my other ways to pay back to the society, because the society needs some givers and I am proud to be a giver to the society. These groups completed 4 years just a few days back on 10th of Feb. So I have a YouTube channel as well. You can say as on now, 5th or 10th of February, there are 415 videos. If you want to be a part of that journey, if you want to, again, this is one way of payback to society once again. Go to YouTube and search Dr. Pravdeep Puja. You'll find a lot of videos of me. So do give me your feedback on my cell, on my group, on my page, wherever you are, wherever you're watching it. Bookers and Big Bats both would be welcome in equal. Thank you so much once again. And I stop my share for questions, if any, on my page. And of course, to acknowledge the visitors on my page, whosoever has joined in. So hello, Dr. Charu Nijavan. Hello, Dr. Suhail Lokhandwala. Hello, Dr. Vrinda. Hello, Maninderjeet, Coach MJ. Hello, Sanjeev. Hello, Dr. Ramchandra. So thank you, Coach MJ, getting an appreciation from you. Hello, Dr. Prajakta Poddar. Hello, Dr. Ramchandra. Thank you. Thanks a lot once again. Thank you, Dr. Mayor. Hello to you. So friends, do send me your feedback, and we all need to give something back to the society. That is actually my way of telling you all through these. I'm doing it in multiple ways. Do join the movement in your way, whatever way you can. Give back to the society. The society is giving us so much. This profession has given us so much. It is a beautiful profession. So make it a point that you give something each week, each month, each year, whatever your frequency is, it is your choice. In whatever way you want it. It doesn't need to be in cash. It doesn't need to be in kind. It can be a value addition to the family. You can say to the society as well. So thank you so much. And I see you in the episode number 7 of Thunder Thursdays on the coming Thursday with a beautiful topic on finance. So till then, bye bye. Take care.